Assalamualaikum viewers, my name is Musa'schannel and I study in class 6. Welcome to Musa'schannel. I'm sorry that I didn't upload any videos for the last 1 year because I was engaged in my exams and I am still engaged in Hifz Quran. So from now on, inshallah, I will try to upload my videos regularly. So anyways, today we are going to be discussing about the Big Bang Theory. Due to the paucity of time, I will be dividing my presentation into this is the part 1 of the Big Bang Theory, which we will be discussing in the following topics. They are evolution of Big Bang Theory and Quranic references. So let us move to our first topic of part 1, that is evolution of the Big Bang Theory. So friends, how did this endless universe come into being? How did the equilibrium, harmony and order develop in the universe? Since the time of antiquity, these questions have attracted attention of the human race. The scientists, philosophers and thinkers dwelled to answer these questions through their common sense and intellects over a long period of time. The philosophy of materialism, that matter alone existed since infinity, thus the universe also always existed and never was created, was accepted by scientists and philosophers. The materialists were basically atheists, thus they did not believe in God or Allah. They also asserted that there is no purpose or aim in the universe. They further proclaimed that the equilibrium, harmony and order are a product of some coincidence. Thus they named their theory as the steady state theory. This materialistic theory widely spread in the 19th century as the social and political environment provided it a good base. So the evolution of Big Bang Theory cannot be attributed to one person. Like in the case of the theory of relativity, which was presented by Albert Einstein, the Big Bang Theory went through a process of evolution during the 20th century. So in 1922, the Russian physicist Alexander Friedman proclaimed that the universe was not static and a tiny impulse might have been sufficient to expand it or contract it. George Lemaitre, Bulgarian astronomer, was the first to recognize that the universe had a beginning and it was expanding as a result of something that had triggered it. He also proclaimed that the rate of radiations in the space could be used as a measure for the aftermath of that something. He is known as the father of the Big Bang Theory. So in 1929, Edwin Powell Hubble made an astonishing discovery in this regard that shook the entire world. He observed on the Mount California Wilson Observatory, he observed through the spectra of light beams that the galaxies were not only racing away from our planet Earth but also from each other, which gave them a reddish look, which meant that our universe is expanding. And over here, for your interest, I am going to show you 2 slides. This slide is of the Mount California Wilson Observatory, in which Edwin Hubble was discovered that the universe was expanding, and later on, many years later, NASA created a space telescope after his name, known as the Hubble Space Telescope. It serves the purpose of exploring things inside other galaxies beyond our own. So, Hubble's discovery gave a new thought to the scientists that if the universe was expanding as time advanced, going back in time meant that the universe was getting smaller, and if one went far enough in time, everything would converge at a single point. So the conclusion which arrived was that back in time, all the matter in the universe was compacted at a single point mass that had zero volume, which because of immense gravitational pull. This concludes that the universe came into being as the explosion of that point mass that had zero volume. This is known as the Big Bang Theory. So another truth derived out of this assertion that the universe was created from nothing and that it has a beginning. Thus, the view of materialism that matter existed since infinity was negated. So in 1948, George Gamow carried George Lemaitre's calculations further steps ahead, and then he came up with a new idea concerning the Big Bang. If he proclaimed that if the universe was born in a sudden explosion, there ought to be a definite amount of radiations left over from the Big Bang, which should be detectable and uniformly spread throughout the universe. So viewers, in 1965, two researchers by the name of Arno Penzias and Robert Wilson suggested that cosmic microwave background, or CMBR, in the entire universe was the echo of the Big Bang. So many years later, in 1989, a NASA team sent a satellite into space, and it took only 8 minutes to capture and confirm the levels of radiations as calculated by Penzias and Wilson. As a result, both were awarded Nobel Prize. This was a physical confirmation of the Big Bang theory, and further that the mix of helium and hydrogen in the universe were in accord to the theoretical calculations. Thus, in 1994, the Big Bang theory gained complete approval of the scientific world. Another philosophical dimension which arrived was that the great event of Big Bang cannot be as a coincidence, but has to be attributed towards a creator who shaped the delicate equilibrium, harmony and order of our universe. Thus, the creation of the universe by God was confirmed by the scientists as published in Newsweek 1998 July issue. So this is all about evolution of Big Bang theory. Now let us move to our next topic of Big Bang theory part 1, that is Quranic references. So viewers, it is very amazing and quite strange to know that everything that the scientists discovered in the 20th century, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala hinted those same science in the glorious Holy Quran. Now let me tell you something important about the Quran. The Holy Quran is not a book of science. It is a book of SIGNS, science. And total there are 6,666 verses in the Holy Quran. Out of these 6,000 plus verses, there are 1,000 verses which are related to the science and which never proved to be wrong up till now. And among these verses, there are a few verses, 4 to 5 verses, which are related to the Big Bang. So let us take a look at these verses which are related to the Big Bang. So our first verse, it is verse number 30 of Surah Al-Anbiya. It says, A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim, bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Avalam yaral lazina kafaru wa anna samawati wal arzi ka'annata ratqan fafataqnahuma wa ja'alna min al-ma'i kulla shay'in haya afala yu'minun. The translation is, do the disbelievers not see that the heavens and the earth were once one mass, and we tore them apart, and we made every living thing out of water? Do they not believe? This clearly indicates that the scientists discovered what the scientists discovered in the 20th century, that along the beginning of time, all the matter in the universe was compacted at a single point mass that had zero volume, and then it rapidly expanded. This same thing was hinted in the Quran 14 centuries ago, when the people at that time had a very limited knowledge about the universe and its order. So our second verse is a verse of Surah Al-Rahman, verse number 7. وَالسَّمَاءَ رَفَعَهَا وَوَضَعَ الْمِيزَانَ. And the sky He raised, and He set up the equilibrium. It means that the delicate equilibrium, harmony and order in the universe could not be as a coincidence, but has to be designed by a creator. And the same thing Allah proved 14 centuries ago in the glorious Holy Quran. Now let us move to our next verse. It is a verse of Surah Al-Dhariyat, verse number 47. It says, وَالسَّمَاءَ بَيْنَهَا بِأَيْدٍ وَإِنَّا لَمُوسِعُونَ. The translation is, it is we who have built the universe with our creative power, and it is we who are steadily expanding it. It means Allah created the universe, and He is the one who has been steadily expanding it ever since it was created. And it gives us another hint that what Edwin Hubble discovered in the 20th century, that the universe was expanding. Allah already hinted that same thing in the glorious Quran 14 centuries ago. Now our last verse is a verse of Surah Al-Baqarah, verse number 117. بديع السماوات والأرض وإذا قضى أمرا فإنما يقول له كن فيكون. Originator of the heavens and the earth from nothingness, whenever He decrees a thing, He says to it, be, and it is. Even the materialists believed in this theory that if the Big Bang was truly the creation of the universe, there ought to be a creator. It couldn't have happened on its own. There ought to be a creator who must have designed the timings and shaped it in its present form. So this is all about the Quranic references, and very soon now I will be publishing the part 2 of the Big Bang theory, which I will be publishing subsequently. It will be a very interesting video, because in that video we will be going into the technical details of the evolution of the universe, what about the timings and how it evolved, what eras took place, and etc. etc. So friends, I hope you liked my video. If you liked it, please subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell, give a big thumbs up, and share it to your friends. This is all for today. Take care. Allah Hafiz.